I'll just shout. I have been asked to speak these words of a woman who can't be here today. She can't stand in her own town, in her own name, and speak freely because she is afraid. She is afraid of her job. She's afraid for her daughters. She is afraid of the reprisals of simply for telling the truth about sex, about women, and about our children. These are her words. I am gutted that I can't deliver this speech myself. I am proud and deeply grateful to the women who are standing here today, the women who refuse to be silenced, the women who put their names, their faces and their reputations on the line, so that the rest of us may have a voice. You are brave and you inspire me, thank you. We know what coercive control looks like. We know the signs. It is what someone tells you your memories are wrong. It is when your boundaries don't matter, when your words must be policed. It is when reality is denied, when you are forced to say what you do not believe, when silence is demanded, when resistance is punished. This is coercive control in the home, and in the coercive control in our politics today. They tell us men can be women. They tell us sex doesn't matter. They tell us our bodies are irrelevant, that our safety, our sports and our spaces must be open to men. And when we speak the truth, we are branded hateful, we are threatened and we are silenced. Coercive control has gone public. It is written into law, taught in schools, enforced by workplaces and institutions, and is targeting women. Here in Worthing, our own council has opened the gates to All Sorts Youth Project, giving them access to children in schools and youth clubs, and funding them to train teachers and social workers. We are told this support. We are told this is support. We are told this is inclusion. But let's name it for what it is. All Sorts runs workshops for children as young as 5. They teach our children to doubt their own bodies, to believe that being male or female is nothing more than a costume you can take off. They tell our daughters to deny their boundaries and always be kind. That is gaslighting. They push gender identity as if it were more than biological sex. That is an attack on truth. They demand that pronouns be obeyed. That is compelled speech. And when parents or teachers object, they are branded hateful. That is silencing. And all of the parents and teachers object, they are branded hateful. That is silencing. All of the happiness, and all this happens with the blessing of our council, with the blessing of our schools, but not with the informed consent of parents. Let's be clear, children are being used to validate the identities of adult men. They are used to affirm the fantasies of fetishized, cross-dressing men, because without the shield of children, everyone would see them for what they really are. This is not natural, this is not harmless, and this is the colonisation of children's minds, an ideology that denies sex, denies womanhood, and denies reality itself. Even schools conclude, when well-informed parents know that social transition is potentially harmful and not a mutual act, they object when their children request. Darrington High School has told me, not me, but the lady who wrote this, that they have gone behind parents' backs and that they will collude with children. The correspondence with parents will include the correct name and pronouns, whilst the school will allow the child to change these and socially transition them. Everyone at school is compelled to go along with the lie, while life-changing decisions are being made without the knowledge and the consent of the people legally and morally responsible for those children. Parents do not need to let them frighten you into silence with the threat of suicide. Your child do not need these lies. They do not need medical experiments. They do not need ideology. They need protection. They need truth and they need you. This lady wrote an article for Inside Worthing magazine. She could not sign her real name. Instead, she wrote her name as Jess Wiggins because she feared that her job, for her daughters and for her safety and what could happen. One man told her that she had no right to debate the issue, and another man pretending to be a woman dismissed her well-researched evidence and reasonable concerns. But we know that this tactic, the puberty blockers are harmless, and without them suicide is inevitable. But we know this tactic. Threats of suicide are a classic weapon of coercive control, and when the weapon is aimed not just at wives but at mothers, teachers and whole communities, to force us into silence and compliance. And yet, one woman did reply in support, and she even withheld her name out of fear of this backlash, fear of this punishment for speaking the truth, fear for this reason. This is not equality. This is not freedom. This is control. We will not be gaslit. We will not be silenced, and we will not surrender our words, our rights, or our children. Everyone's experience of womanhood is unique, but no man can have it.